Looks like reality just bit the Dems in the butt big time. Oh, the irony. The Democratic Party is being sued by dozens of their field workers for not paying overtime and for paying substandard wages. Oops. This is the party that pushes fight for $15 and a minimum wage of $15 an hour. On average, I think Bernie Sanders paid his guys $12 an hour. And by the time overtime was counted, Dem workers made well below minimum wage. Their excuse? They couldn't afford to pay them. Well, hot diggity. You could afford to pay the Muslim IT guys with terrorist connections millions, but you couldn't afford to pay your people saving your sorry ass fairly? Go figure. This is endemic with the Democrats. Elizabeth Warren pays her female staffers 71% what the male ones make. Both Warren and Pelosi underpay their staff and hypocritically rail against the Republicans for not pushing a nationwide minimum wage. Looks like if you work in DC and put in substantial overtime, you will have to sue to get paid for it. Welcome to the Beltway. From the Washington Free Beacon. Dozens of field workers have filed a class action lawsuit against the Democratic National Committee, claiming the party that is pushing employers to pay a $15 minimum wage and more in overtime failed to pay overtime and minimum wages to its own employees. Justin Swigula, the attorney representing the field workers, argued the Democratic Party failed to pay workers a minimum wage and denied them overtime compensation. Swigula says the lawsuit seeks fair pay for fair work, and holding the Democratic Party to the very ideals that it embraces. According to CBS Philly, the 2016 Democratic platform pushed for a $15 per hour minimum wage, a nearly $8 increase from the current minimum, and promised to defend an Obama-era regulation forcing employers to pay a higher rate to employees for working more than 40 hours. Some of the Democrats' workers put in 80 to 90 hours per week, according to Swigula, and got only $3,000 per month in compensation. They got paid a flat salary of $3,000 a month, which isn't even minimum wage for some of the hours that they were working. Swigula said the Democratic platform decried the current federal minimum of $7.25 per hour as starvation wage and declared no one who works full-time should have to raise a family in poverty. According to Open Secrets, the Democrat Party raised $372,182,925 in 2016, spent $368,480,666, and had $11,788,858 on hand. Please do tell us where all the money went if not to your workers. These workers were out there in a campaign that was promising $15 an hour minimum wage, and expanding the overtime rights of workers. Swigula added the lawsuit named several Democratic Party organizations, including the Pennsylvania Democratic Party and the DNC, and look for those names to expand. This will turn into a massive lawsuit. Former Pennsylvania Gov. Ed Rendell, the chairman of the Democratic National Convention Host Committee in Philadelphia, said that he told workers before they were hired that they would receive substandard pay. Rendell pointed out, however, that the plaintiffs did not work for his committee and that it paid interns and unpaid volunteers bonuses. In fact, we gave our interns, and our unpaid volunteers, bonuses at the end, Rendell said. So, you informed them that you were going to break the law before you did so. How comforting. That won't hold up in court. I hope a judge throws a book at their hypocritical heads and connects big time. Share this on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what else you think. And don't forget to help support us by subscribing and clicking on the PayPal link down below. Let the world know your thoughts on this. Right Wing News helped contribute to this report. It's News Exposed signing off.